Good morning. During the 10 years between 2008 and 2018 makes it a decade. And I'm finding the actors and actresses who acted at the Old Town Playhouse in Traverse City, Michigan, and giving them a memory in a video for their family members, children, and especially to them, so they can look back standing on their theater stage. And this time is actor Chris Bauer.
Seriously?
Quite seriously. I want to talk to you about the Argentine Canal Company, in fact.
What a tedious, practical subject for you to want to talk about, Mrs. Cheveley.
Oh, I like tedious, practical subjects. What I don't like are tedious, practical people.
Mrs. Cheveley, one of the Gloucestershire Cheveleys, I suppose. But I really don't know. Families are so mixed nowadays. Everybody in the end turns out to be somebody else.
Or the report that you had intended to lay before the House, on the grounds that you believe the commissioners have been prejudiced or misinformed or something.
Oh, he's had a most brilliant and interesting career and has married a most admirable wife. I'm a little too old now myself to struggle with setting a good example, but I always admire people who do. And now I must go, dear. Shall I call for you tomorrow?
The idlest man in London.
I have met Lord Goring before.
I do not think you would remember me, Mrs. Cheveley.
Oh, my memory is under admirable control.
I love genius.
How very selfish of you.
I am very selfish.
You're always telling me your romance points.
Well, I have only told you the half of them as yet, Miss May.
Well, the other's very bad.
Quite dreadful. When I think of them at night, I go to sleep once.
Who told you I intended to do so?
That woman who has just gone out, Mrs. Cheveley, as she calls herself now. She seemed to taunt me with it, Robert. I know this woman. We were at school together.
No man should have a secret from his own wife. She invariably finds it out.
Arthur, I couldn't do it. It would kill her love for me. Who did I wrong by what I did? No one.
Except yourself, Robert.
I wanted my success when I was young. I couldn't wait.
But Robert, how could you have sold yourself for money?
I bought success at a great price, and that is all.
What first made you think of doing such a thing?
Your name was received with loud applause. And now I've come in to have my tea.
I'll wait for a short time, thanks.
I'll be a moment. I'm going to take off my hat.
Oh, please don't. Well, it is one of the prettiest hats I ever saw.
Shame. Ruin. The mockery of the world. Let women make no more ideals of men, lest they ruin other lives as completely as you.
other show have you directed?
The
Ken
Drawer Boy?
Ludwig?
None of Ken Ludwig. I haven't ever directed him before.
You just enjoy his...
I just have seen his shows and I've laughed so hard. I love how he writes. He's so witty, he's so smart, and he's so funny. I think I saw my first show out east in Olney, Maryland, at the Olney Theater, and lend me a tenor, and it was so funny. It was wonderful.
They did that show here, I think it was around 6 or 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Phil Murphy
Mm-hmm.
was in it.
Anyway, I just love his writing. And then I love Sherlock Holmes. I did the Sherlock Holmes, The Final Adventure.
You did that in the studio?
In the studio.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And so the chance to do this again was like the best of both things, so I wanted to do it.
Oh, that's terrific.
And also, there's a lot of special effects. The mistake I made, I think, was saying I would set design and direct. I will never do that again.
Oh,
This
so
show-
you did the set design?
I did, but I had a lot of help.
Uh-huh.
I did the basic set design, and the difficult thing is that we were, a lot of people helped on this. I had the basic design done, but people came in and I said I wanted it to be Art Deco, and so they really worked the Art Deco part so that
Right.
it could be good. You know,
So
really.
why do you say that it was a mistake? You're
It's hard, because
it was just taking you
it
in
was
two
just-
different directions.
Oh, all the time, yeah.
Yeah.
Figuring out, there's so many devices in this that are difficult.
Mhm.
Knife stabbings, snow, the revolve on the stage,
Mhm.
getting all the special cues in, and then the farce with the actors, doing the work with the actors, and one of them would have been enough, believe me. So, but I'm very happy with the way the set turned out. We were literally, though, fighting for inches because of the space that we're in. I've seen lots of copies of the show on Facebook, but they're all on huge stages that have lots and lots of things
Really?
that they can do. Yeah,
Oh.
and this stage is not like that.
And I would see it. I would see it completely the opposite. That this play would probably be handily well produced on a small stage.
I actually think it's better on a small stage.
On a small
I really
stage.
do. Ken Ludwig said it takes place in a castle, but it shouldn't look like a castle. It should look like a mansion, Art Deco, Erte, that's how it should be. And instead of that, most of the productions are in huge, massive spaces that look like castles, they're wood and timber, and
Have you ever been to Hearst Castle?
no, I haven't.
Yeah, well,
But-
they have the one main room, but it's really not that big.
Mhm.
You know, and that's kind of what comes to my mind. You know, if this was to be a film, that would be a great space to be able to film this particular play in that particular room at Hearst Castle.
But one of the lines the actors say is, "My God, this is where God would live if he could afford it." So it's supposed to be as opulent,
Oh,
as
yeah.
over the top as you can make it. And I think that they've done a really, really good job.
Mm-hmm.
And as I said, I'm sending pictures to Ken Ludwig. I want him to see that we met him last summer.
Oh,
He
good.
gave me his email and said, "Send me pictures."
Where did you meet Ken at?
We met him at Horizons Bookstore. He was doing a book
In
signing.
Traverse City?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
no kidding.
he was here. His book had just come out, How to Teach Children Shakespeare, How to Teach Your Children Shakespeare. And so he was doing a book signing, and we all went to talk with him about the show. And so he gave me his card and said, "I want pictures." I said, "Okay, you're going to get pictures," and he is, because I think he's going to really love how this looks.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
great.
And I think he's going to love the acting too,
Yeah.
because I've got some really good people.
So who are the cast members?
Well, Jan Dalton plays William Gillette, who played Sherlock Holmes and wrote the story of Sherlock Holmes.
Pretty amazing character.
Oh yeah, he was
July.
four patents. He did 1,300 performances of
Yeah.
the play that he wrote. I mean, he's an incredible person.
He was an incredible talent. Yes.
He was. He gave the American stage a lot of prestige from his acting. And then Felix, his best friend, is played by Joe Kilpatrick,
Mm-hmm.
and so they're kind of buddies in this, which is nice.
Now, I think both those guys were in the Sherlock Holmes play that you directed as well, right?
No, they both weren't. Joe was.
Oh, it was just Joe.
Just
it
Joe.
was just
but
Joe.
they
That's
both
right.
were in.
It was Phil
It
Callahan.
was Phil Callahan. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, right.
That's right.
And but for the Drawer Boy, they were both in the Drawer Boy, which I did 2 years ago.
And you directed that show.
Yes.
Now, the Drawer Boy.
Okay.
Now, was that a great show?
Thank you.
That
Thank you.
was
I-
brilliant, right? It was. You know, when I first read that, I went, this is going to be one of the best shows in the entire season at the Old Town Playhouse, and then it turned out to be exactly that. It was a brilliant production.
Thank
Very,
you.
very
Thank
nice.
you. I'm
Best
really
work that
proud
Joe
of them.
Kilpatrick ever did.
Thank you. I am so proud of them. I was so proud of them and what they did. All of them, all three. They were just
Oh, yeah.
wonderful. They were great.
Oh yeah,
I love that show.
that was a
It
great
just,
show.
Just fantastic.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was pretty wonderful.
So you have some other actors in this show.
Oh yes,
also.
I do. Yes, Bernadette. Bernadette. I'm going to say her name wrong. Gruposo.
That sounds
Plays-
pretty good.
Okay, that's the mother. She plays Martha, the mother. Jamie Moyers plays Daria Chase, the film critic.
Now,
that
Jamie,
everybody
this is
hates.
the first time she's back here at the Old Town Playhouse in what, the last 2 years or
Mhm.
3 years or more.
Yeah, it's been a while for her.
Mhm. It's good to see her again.
It is. And then Meg Parker, who was in
Mm-hmm.
Ideal Husband, she plays Aggie. And also, Chris Boyer, who was also in Ideal Husband,
That's right.
plays Simon.
That's
And
right.
they're a couple. And,
Now, who's the actress that plays the wife of Joe?
oh, Susan McConnell.
And she's in this play as well.
Yes, yes. Oh, and I'm forgetting Teddy House, who plays the inspector.
Now, the inspector, he doesn't come until Act
It's
2,
a she,
right?
yes.
Or-
She, yes.
She?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, and she's the only new additional actor that
Yes,
comes in Act 2.
Yes. Susan
Okay.
has acted for the Playhouse before. Teddy has never acted. She's new to the Playhouse.
Oh.
But with another woman, Josephine Zara, and myself, we started a Reader's Theater in Glen Arbor,
Mhm.
and both Susan and Teddy are in that Reader's Theater.
Oh.
And I wanted them both to come and audition, and they did it. And then I found out Susan had already been here. She'd been working here a while ago, and so I knew Teddy would be a great resource. She's a wonderful character actress, and you guys are going to love her. She's
That's
wonderful.
great. And she's the inspector.
Yes, and she can do everything. She can sew, she can do PR.
Oh, that's
So
wonderful.
She's going to be a great addition.
So, what has this production? You had a preview last night. Has this met your aspirations?
Yes, it has. We
Mhm.
still have a few technical difficulties, but I think that they are going to be taken care of tonight. I'm pretty sure they will be.
This
And
is
if-
opening night tonight.
This is opening night, yeah.
How do you feel?
I feel great. I'm very excited. I'm nervous. I'm kind of nervous because I'm afraid we won't get a big audience because the weather isn't good. But
Well, I always felt, really wasn't the size of an audience. It was as long as there even 2 people were thrilled with the production, and that's good.
right. Last night I was surprised by having such a large turnout for the dress rehearsal. That was
Mhm.
that was really great, and they were responding, and I was really happy to finally have an audience and see what's working. I was really happy about that.
Harriet, thank you very much for sharing a little bit about this production that is going to be going up opening night. Do you have anything to say to any other aspiring director out there that wants to produce this play in the future?
I would say it's harder than you think it is, but it's so much fun. The process will be great. The process will be great. It will be worth the trouble.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Harriet.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay.
Wayne.
Bye now.
Bye.